We've seen how, using select, we can list the records of a whole table in the order in which they were stored. Obviously, we need to be able to list any definable subset of records in any definable order. We use a where clause to define a subset of records, and the order by clause to define the order they are listed. A where clause comprises a field name involved in some expression. In this case, the tcompany.id is null. In other words, there's no matching tcompany ID for the tperson company ID records that we're listing. Alternatives might be where tcompany ID equals 1. In other words, list only the person records where the tperson.company ID, because of the join, is 1. Or we might say where tcompany.name equals pycompany. The order by clause comprises a comma-separated list of field names qualified by either ascending or descending. This clause says list all the records in the order ascending last name, and if there are two last names the same, ascending first name. This order by clause says list all the records in descending order of tcompany name. To see how this is implemented, open the previously saved file in the db-whip folder, which we called selectjoin_demo. Just collapse the secured connection script, and between the body of the SQL statement and where you execute the MySQL query, paste the snippet examplets SQL clauses where clause. We've now added in a where clause and an order by clause. So this is going to list in our tabular format, as we had before, all of the records that have no matching company ID. And it's going to order them by last name ascending, then first name ascending. Of course, this script now does something entirely different to what it did before. So we'll need to redocument it. If you delete the documentation and paste in the where docs, you can see that we've renamed the file. Let's copy that now with Control-C. We've upgraded the date, and we've upgraded the description of what it does. Now don't save this file because we need this as selectjoin_demo. We're going to save it as the new file name. Save as, make sure that it's in the db-whip folder, and overtype the name by pasting in the new name, and save. Of course, you'll need to recollapse the connection script. Notice a couple of things here. Firstly, a data field in the where clause does not need to be one of those that were in the select part of the selection statement. Secondly, you can order multiple fields and specify either ask or desk for any of them, but it defaults to ascending if you don't specify one. Now let's run the script. Opening up the db-whip folder and refreshing it, find the select join where demo and run the script. And notice we've only printed out the two records that have no company ID, and they're printed in the order of name, last name first, then ordered by first name. Now change this script so that the where company reads tcompany name equals, in single quotes, pycompany, and save the file. Rerun the file by refreshing the one that we already had, and we list the 5 records of people whose company ID matches the company name pycompany, again ordered by last name and first name. Incidentally, if we had used the where clause tcompany.name equals the pycompany, this SQL would have returned a null result because there are no records matching that criterion. The word the is not in the name field, but in the prename field. Now go back to the script and change the where clause to tcompany.id is not null. Notice the expression is not null is the correct expression to declare that you only want records where a field is not null. And change the order by clause to tcompany.name descending and save the file. Rerun the script by refreshing, and let's find the error. This is a common type of error. We've put in is equal to is not null, which is incorrect. It should read simply tcompany.id is not null. Now once again, save the script, run the script, and we get all of the person records which match a company. In other words, only 13 of them, not the 2 that had no company. And the person records are listed in the reverse order of company name. So starting at the alphabetically highest company name, going through to the alphabetically lowest company name. This now completes our chapter on rendering information to the browser with Echo, and we should now have the wherewithal to proceed to creating PHP forms to collect data from the user input. But before we do, have a look at the exercises and the review and quiz on the training website. There is a review that says, in summary, what you should be able to do at this stage of the course. There's a link on that page to a quick 10-question quiz and a link to the answers, which I won't show you just now. There's also an exercise involving the files you saved in the initialize folder, specifically the tperson initialize.php file. Good luck with the exercises and the review and quiz.